Today I plan on painting the scarf, the base coat on this side. I did the base coat on this particular side. I did it a magenta color. I'm going to do dry brushing over this a light pink. The base coat, I just do the same as everything else. I do have my wipies. Love wipies for the areas that I might actually get, as you see here. I didn't wipe it off because I didn't paint it yet, so I'll paint over. So I'm going to actually paint, be very careful around the hat area here and then here. And the trim, I try not to get any along the snowman, and I get in between each of the grooves. I don't have to wipe any of this off, and I don't water it down because I don't want it to run into the tree or run onto the white. So I won't water this down, but I'm going to paint the whole thing. I use a #1 paintbrush because I want to get the grooves. I find it easier to hold it like this to get, you can see it, and go very careful around the edges to get in, and go slow and take your time and get in and follow your line and stay with it. So I like the smaller brushes for this area. A bigger one I can use there, I just didn't today, and I follow that through. When I'm around the tree, I just work very carefully and very slowly, not to get any on the tree if I can help it. I am human, that's why I got wipies. Just don't get the soapy kind of wipies, just get plain, regular, not fancy baby wipes. And paint very carefully in the corner. If you get too big of a brush, your tip might actually end up on the tree. Or you can use a rounded tip, so you've got like a smaller tip to get into those areas. Oops, I still did not get some. Right there is still some white. Very important, you just go slow and steady. I like to put my hand here. There's a little hole in the end for light. There's a base that this can go on. And just go very slow. And I work my way this way and get in between. Before you dry brush, please make sure it is completely dry. That can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 depending on how thick your paint is. I like to wait 20 just to be safe. That way I don't have any smudging and have to redo. Just go very careful around this area. And then I find it to do this kind of work, tip it upside down and go with it like here, to tip it upside down and get in the grooves, to follow the line very carefully like this. Then do the whole scarf that way. very carefully, getting in between all the grooves. We're going to get right in there, and if I touch, that's what wipies are for. And if I don't, then awesome sauce. And yes, I do use the word awesome sauce because sometimes I slip up. And there we have it. I believe I got it. Nope, I see a spot where it's not exactly as smooth as I like it. And you might not notice until you look again. Just stay with it. You realize you didn't get as close as you should have. You'll know when you look at it. There we go. And there we go. And just do up around here, extremely careful, and go around the side just like we did here. Might be easier to tilt it sideways to get along in here. Just tilt it sideways. Just paint the best way that you find possible. Paint the whole thing like we did the back and get in between all the grooves in the same manner. We've done all of this. And that's how we're going to paint the base on the scarf. For the back, we want a dry brush. And I'm going to use this color to dry brush, and I'll probably do 3 to 4 coats. You can do as many as you would like. To dry brush, we dry brush the same way we did here and the tree. You dip your paintbrush in. So now there's paint on the tips, and then I take it and I wipe it off and work it through the paintbrush so it's not Make sure you like your paintbrush. I realize I grabbed the wrong one. Dip it in. It's okay to switch up. Wipe off. You're going against the grain here. So we would be going here against the grain to add just like that against the grain. And I'm going to stay in the lines between all of them. I'm going to say I need 4 coats. Is just a guess. You don't want a lot of paint on your paintbrush. Otherwise you're going to end up with paint in the grooves. And you just keep painting until you get and you can see the difference till you get them all done. Now this color is pink blush for my light pink over the magenta. And I'm going to do every one of the rows in that very same fashion that you just saw here, getting up close if I need to, but don't have too much on your paintbrush. Try to get in between here and closer up there. And just keep going until you're happy. Just remember, too much paint is a no-no. It's better to have not enough than too much. You can always dip back and get more, but once it's on here, unless you are going to repaint, and you can't really get rid of it because it just blends on in. To do these, you can go this way across, is my suggestion. Here. To get the lighter color. And you want to do everything 4 times. You can see the difference as you go this way across. If you go this way, you're probably going to get in the crack. If you go against your grain, you can actually still get the color contrast that you're looking for. Some people like to do 1 coat of everything, and then so everything has 1 coat of all of your dry brush, and then not get so close to the edges for the other many coats that you might decide to do. After I finish this and we dry brush everything, I'm going to extremely lightly dust, probably with some white, to just add a little pop to it. And then we're going to add snow along here and snow along there when we're actually all done. And we just keep going. Make sure that between each coat of dry brushing, you let it dry completely. And then just keep going until you're all done and satisfied. And that's the method we use for the dry brushing of the scarf. Do back and front in the same method. In the next video, we'll do some dusting on the back and the front with a white. On the scarf will be done, and we'll move to here, the rope that's on the hearts. And we gotta do the white for the snowman. Thank you for joining me today. Please subscribe and hit like if you like what you see. We will do more next time. Have a good day. Thank you.